So what happens when you don't store correctly or you haven't hydrated your cuttings correctly? Well, this is a stress. They're going to have a stress response. And so this leads to potential breakdown when we get it in the greenhouse. So things like improper temperatures. If we're too low and we induce chilling injury, we can get breakdown, disease development, and death and loss within our greenhouse. So any type of stress is going to allow for disease or even physiological disorders. So abnormal growth that could reduce the aesthetic of a plant and its salability is something we want to avoid. If any of you have grown Ipomoea or sweet potato vine, this is a crop that is really sensitive to stress. And if you have stressed cuttings, say for temperature, that's really going to allow opportunistic pathogens like bacteria or even viruses come out. And we're going to touch on that in a little bit more in the next slide. So we did a study with Ipomoea here in West Chicago, and one of the things we were seeing is just this random breakdown of these cuttings at different times of the year. And through this study, we determined that, yeah, there is a internal pathogen within sweet potato vine, and any stress that it comes from, along with a conducive environment. We have to have three things to have the disease triangle: the pathogen, the environment, and a host. So once we complete that triangle, these cuttings are susceptible to disease development, and a soft rot pathogen like pectobacterium loves that when cutting is a little bit stressed. So we want to avoid those stressful situations as much as possible. So we avoid things like agrobacterium and rhodococcus and viruses. Stressed material is going to exhibit symptoms of viruses. So keeping your plants happy and healthy is a good way to avoid disease development.